I'm here. I'm sorry, I forgot to put myself in the thingy. I'm okay. Not really. Oh, Lord. I'm sitting here wondering what's going on. And then, there's that last step where you have to enter. And I forgot to enter. So now I'm here. And hopefully you'll. Hi, Becky. I am working. I got all the kitties done. And they're all painted. And they're all dressed. And now they're going to be placed on the concertina type of thingy. That's all I'm doing. I've been kind of working on it on and off for, well, quite a while. I made all the clothing and then I cut it out. And let's see what we're doing here. I'm not really in focus, so let me just see. We got new things that are showing up. I always forget to update this. And I always say, remind me later. That doesn't look too bad. Let me just see. Image adjustments, autofocus is off. I guess we're good, right? Yeah. All right. I shouldn't be jerky because I just spent a fortune on getting this computer cleaned out. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I know. You're doing some serious sorting, getting some stuff done. Yeah. I saw your new layout. It looks really good. Looks very nice. Not really in focus, am I? Huh. Oh, well. Yeah, I hope that's going to work for you. And you did look radiant. You have that radiant lighting over your head. It's kind of cool. And so I'm going to wait a couple of minutes before I read. I'm trying to find something that we haven't read. We've almost read the whole book. Hi, Candy. I think I said hi. Let's see. Third aid, yelling. Well, we could read yelling. That's really short. I hope everyone had a nice holiday. Thanksgiving. The weather cooled down here briefly and now it's all hot again. So I had to close up and put the air conditioning on, mostly because of the humidity. So, yeah, I got the kitties done. So it says 11 people are, so there's quite a few people hiding, but that's okay. That's fine with me. Glad to have people lurking and here and doing other stuff. I always have it on in the background, and that works for me. Hello, in October. I can't pronounce your name. I'm not sure. Lygia? Lygia? I think Lygia. Hello, welcome. You've landed on my YouTube channel, and welcome. Nettie, there's Nettie. Nettie's here. Oh, okay. I pronounced it okay. It's funny because I was going to read this one thing and I had to literally look up how to pronounce the name because I didn't want to mispronounce it. It's another short one. It's Hilo Heiho Lama, and it's a real short one. And so the story is this. Eliza Schwartz repairs shoes. He is short and round and bald and single and middle-aged and Jewish. An old-fashioned cobbler, says he, nothing more, nothing less. I happen to be convinced that he is really the 145th reincarnation of the Haiho Lama. See, the Haiho Lama died in 1937, and the monks of the Sakskaya monastery have been searching for 40 years for his reincarnation without success. The New York Times carried the story last summer. The article noted that the Lama would be recognized by the fact that he went around saying and doing wise things in small, mysterious ways, and that he would be doing the will of God without understanding why. A guy like that would be worth looking for, all right. I found him. Through some unimaginable error in the cosmic switching yards, the Haile Lama has been reincarnated as Elias Schwartz. I have no doubts about it. My first clue came when I took my old loafers in for a total renewal. The works. Elias Schwartz examined them with intense care. With regret in his voice, he pronounced them not worthy of repair. I accepted the unwelcome judgment. Then he took my shoes, disappeared into the back of the shop, and I waited and wondered. He returned with my shoes in a stapled brown bag. For carrying, I thought. When I opened the bag at home that evening, I found 2 gifts and a note. In each shoe, a chocolate chip cookie wrapped in wax paper, and these words in the note. Anything not worth doing is worth not doing well. Think about it. Elias Schwartz. The Haiho Lama strikes again, and the monks will have to go on looking, because I'll never tell. We all need lamas here when we can get them. So good deeds of Eliza Schwartz. I don't know whether I want to eat a chocolate chip cookie that had been put in my shoe, even though it was wrapped in wax paper. I'd rather not think of it. Oh, yeah, well, thank you. I read out of this book, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten by Robert Fulghum. And we've been reading this for quite some time. And again, I don't know what we're going to do when we finish it because we've read almost all of it. So, all right. So many of you know that I discovered Painting Cats by Terry Runyon. I don't know why I'm flickering. I should not be flickering. This thing should be running as smooth as silk. That's another story. The guy that I took this thing to my computer to be cleaned out, and look at that. He charged me a fortune, an absolute fortune. He really ripped me off. Let me turn this off. Whoops. I lost you. Wait a minute. Oh boy, what did I do? Are you still there? I'm having also. There you are. Okay, we're good. I'm embarrassed to tell you how much he charged me. And there's nothing I could do, right? He had my computer and I had to pay for it to get it back. Well, we're just batting 100 here. Yes. And I just bought 2 more of her books and they're out on the porch. So maybe I'll go get them. But Becky's got another one of her books and we just like her style so much. And I've been looking at this for about a week and kitty features. And what I decided, this is what I ended up doing. I ended up making these because I thought these were really, really cute. And they all have, names based on expressions. And she basically said you should get some patterned paper. And I made the patterned paper And I just basically painted squares of colors. And then I made the pattern paper. I had about 4 squares per sheet of paper. This was the stamp. And then I proceeded to cut all this out. I know, aren't they adorable? Wait until you see the finished product. And I cut these all out and I made their outfits, right? And then I glued the outfits on index cards. And then I drew the cats. So I cut out all these little outfits, like so. And then I put them on index cards. And then I drew the cats. And then I painted the cats with my Inktense pencils. And then I cut them out. And now it's time to go to the next step or the next adventure. So let me show you the kitties. So you can see how they turned out. I think they came out pretty good. Let me just maybe stick them here. So this is what they look like. This guy has his hand on this guy's shoulder. And then here's another. So here they all are. And these two are a couple. They're holding hands. I could do this, right? So they're a couple. Oops, and they're holding hands. And I just basically, initially I colored them. Thank you. I colored them with the pencils and then added the water. But then I decided that I would put the wet paintbrush. Thanks, Ruth, and hi. And so then I decided that instead of coloring them and then adding the water, I would just take the wet paintbrush to the tip of the pencil and then paint it that way. I was afraid to use watercolor because watercolor, it's hard to control watercolor. So you can see there are all the outfits, and there's quite a few. Actually, there's a lot of them. But here they all are, all dressed up. Here's a calico. I like this dude with his plaid pants. So, and now I've been doing these concertinas, as some of you know, and I decided that I would put them in a concertina. And so I spent some time. Hi, Barbara. I'm glad you found me. I may have not been here. I mean, I was here, but I wasn't here. I forgot to enter the studio. You think I would know better by now. So here's the concert, and I've had to paint the concertina, and the concertinas in the past have been where you glue down a whole layer of papers, and then you went over those with alcohol inks and stencils, and I didn't do that this time. I did something a little bit different. Not sure I like it or not, but it is what it is, and it's a done deal. So it's very colorful. It's not, and this concertina is not as crazy as the other one. So what I've done here, this is, don't tell anybody, this is a gel plate. This is a gel plate. And these are little gel plates, and I just put the ink on them, and then I'm having all sorts of problems today. Sorry, folks. And I just put the, hi, Chris. I forgot to say hi. I put the paint on the gel plate, right? And then just slapped it over and picked it up, slapped it over, picked it up. And then I had this gel plate that's got these little thingies. And so as you can see, that's all I've got. And that's it. And now I'm going to be filling it in. And yeah, I understand. It looks dimensional. That's great because I certainly didn't mean for it to, I didn't do that on purpose. But I'm glad it looks dimensional. You got this wavy thing and this thing. I'll probably put some clouds. And then what I decided to do as the backgrounds is I'm then shifted to, and these are different books that, I've had that I've never used. And I'm going to use this one. I've showed this to you. I've showed this on many occasions and I've never used it. So I'm going to use this. And I'm going to make paper flowers and such and glue them down. And then, oh, thank you. Yeah, these are just Arteza. These are acrylic paints. And then I'm going to glue the flowers down. And I got some trees here. And that's going to be the background. And that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. So this is what, and again, lack of space is a real problem. So I'm going to stick this over here. And I had some construction paper, but then I painted some paper to use too. Because I didn't have any brown paper, believe it or not, for the trees. So that's going to be for trees. And then I have green construction paper for the leaves, for the trees. Just regular old school construction paper that I'm going to cut out and make these things. And I did one kinda, and I'll show you. Since I didn't have the brown, I did black. But I'm going to start out with, well, I'm going to do a pretty big layout. So I'm going to fold this like so. I hope you can kind of see that layout. And they're going to be over here. I should have never separated them. That was dumb, hand. Dum, da, dum, dum, dum. Okay, all right. He's consoling him. And he's going to go here. And where's the couple? Where's the couple? She's got a little purse. I'm going to find her. What I do with her? Oh, there she is. Okay, so they're holding hands. All right. Okay, so here's the tree. You'll get and I already cut it out in black. And it's going to look really, I don't know how to describe how it's going to look. I think it's going to look really kind of different and very interesting. So I'm going to glue this all down, right? And I've got it's going to be fiddly. So I'm just going to kind of fiddle and chat and read chat. Yeah, it just happens to be lucky, that way. I didn't, I was going to do, that, but I mean, I was kind of looking for grass, mountains, and sky. And then it's kind of, you have to imagine it. So I'm going to glue that down, and that'll be glued down. And then I made these little flowers, and I'm going to be cutting more of these out. But for now, and I've got a crease here, so I have to be cognizant of the fold, because I don't want to fold these guys. It's kind of, so they're going to kind of go up here like so. And then I've got these little flowers that are going to go down here. And so I'm just going to start. And I got blades of grass. I know you're thinking this woman has lost her mind, but it's pretty simple. And I think it's going to look really cool when it's all glued down. And so here's some flowers. I guess they're tulips, I guess. And So that's going to get glued in. And I think the best thing to do is start gluing. Yeah, you know what it reminds me of, Barbara? Do you remember color forms as a kid? There were the little pieces of plastic. Oh, no, that's what it's called. It's called cut paper pictures. That's the name of it, Barbara. It has flowers in it, but that's the name of it. You got the right book. Yep. It's called Cut Papers Pictures. No, that's the right book. It just has everything in there, flowers and trees and houses. So I have another tree over here that's going to go here, and I haven't cut out the thing. So I think I was just kind of laying it out to see what it was going to look like before I actually glued it down. So that's kind of where I'm at now. And thought I would stick these folks maybe here and here. And she's kind of looking at him maybe like that. And then I will, yeah, like that. And then I'm going to put some more flowers in. Sure. This is it. Yep. It's a great book. I've had it for years. And this is the first time. Actually, I've used it, bits and pieces of it in the past. This is what I'm working on. I'm using, these are the flowers I'm working on. She's got some step-by-step things in here. And I think I'm doing, well, I haven't done that yet. I'll probably do a butterfly or two to put up in the sky. But anyway, I'm just working on, I guess these are tulips. I don't know what they are. And some daisies. So I think this is going to be okay. And then I'm going to glue this down, and then I can move on to the next panel. Because otherwise these guys are going to be all over the place. So I'm happy with having these two here, and his hand is on his shoulder, and he's being compassionate or kind or something like that. Maybe this should go up here a little bit. I'm not going to worry too much about some placement again. And I have enough cats. There'll be 2 in each little panel. And it's going to get a little crowded, and I may decide not to jam them in there. But with that said, let's just start gluing down. Otherwise, I won't get anything. Hi, Barb. How are you? I'm playing with Painting Cats from the book Painting Cats by Clover Robin. And then the cats are by Painting Cats by Terry Runyon. So the cats are coming from her. She also has a YouTube channel where she demonstrates how to paint the painting of the stuff. So you can check her out. And most of her YouTube videos are on the old side, but doesn't matter because this stuff is timeless. It doesn't matter how old it is. They were so much fun to make, and I'm going to make some more because I've got a lot of paper left over, so I can make a whole bunch more. And they're not too difficult to draw. I mean, because that's not my thing. I'm still working on that. I think I'm getting better, but all right. there. So yeah, I got a whole bunch of them. They're all hanging out with their clothes and everything. All right, let me glue him down. I can stop talking. I will. Let me glue him down. He was my first one I did, and I outlined him. And then later on, I decided not to outline them in black. It was just a trial and error thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, the painting cats thing is just, yeah. It's cool. Yeah. And oh my God, there's so many different things in there. She's got techniques like wet on wet, painting cats wet on wet with watercolor. And that's pretty much all she uses is watercolor. Wet on wet just scares the hell out of me because talk about, I mean, with watercolor, you know, your control is dubious at best. And then when you attempt wet on wet, you're really asking for trouble because you have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, I know that if you put the water in one area and then you put the, you know, the watercolor down and then it'll stop flowing, obviously. Oh, I can see it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. You can kind of see them. Not too bad. I don't know. Okay. And I'm sorry why this is flickering. I have no idea. I don't have a clue as to why it's flickering. And you know what I'm going to do? You know, you get smart in your old age. I'm going to cut his whiskers off and then I can draw them back on with a pen once I glue them down. Duh. It's like, you know, when you cut the butterfly antennae off, you can color them back in. And instead of trying to fussy cut the antennas off. Ah, thank you, Aunt Bex. And I can't remember the name of her other book, but Aunt Bex has the other book. She's very sweet. All right. There we go. So we'll have him, and he is consoling him. So we'll glue him down. And then I'll just draw his whiskers back in. That makes much more sense. Right? Okay. And I'm thinking maybe we'll put some flowers up here too. Well, we can let me put this tree here now. And maybe we'll put another pair over here. Up here, like so. Let me put the tree down. And this is just regular old construction paper. No, the flickering is not you. It's me. And I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is maybe my camera's not plugged in all the way, but I'm afraid to fiddle with it right now. Or it could be the internet. Who knows? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the computer. I started to tell you, I took my computer to kind of be cleaned up. And I probably, oh man, stupid. I could have done it myself. But I figured, you know, I was feeling lazy. Which was unfortunate because this guy, well, as soon as you walk in a shop, it's $60, which is fine. I've got no problem with that, you know. Now, granted, there really was nothing wrong with my computer that I could say. I said it's just running a little slow and it probably needs a good cleaning, right? So when I went to pick it up, you ready for this? He nailed me for another $190. So I thought that was a little steep, just saying. I paid $250 for him to clean up my computer. Maybe that's I thought that was a little steep. Janet. Oh, hi, Janet. Good to see you. Apologize for the flickering. I'm not sure what's going on. Last week I was streaming not with my computer, but with a webcam, and there was no flickering with the webcam. And now there's flickering. This is a MacBook Air. I know, $250 he nailed me for. And honestly, the guys are real. Painting Happiness. That's the book that Becky has, the other Terry Runyon book. I have to say the guy was really creepy. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen the other one. I obviously gravitated towards the cats. And I don't know, does Becky, the book that you have, does it have cats in it too? I'm just going to stick these on. Yeah, you can follow her on, again, her most recent YouTube stream was a year ago, but it doesn't matter. It's all this. Okay, Aunt Bex put it up above. I know. I don't need any books either. I need someone like Scott to come build me another bookcase, except I don't know where I'd put another bookcase. I have put a Murphy bed in my guest room, and on the other side, oh, okay, Janet, on the other side, on either side of the Murphy bed are two huge bookcases, right? Which are filled with art supplies. Yeah. I never thought I would fill those up. Never say never, right? Oh my gosh, they are filled. All right, that looks good enough. I have some other leaves I can add in later. Let me try to do some of these flowers over here. Not sure about this. I've got to cut out the canopy for it, so let me just come over here and let me put down some of these flowers. And let me glue them down, the lovebirds, and let me cut their whiskers off. I went to my friends for Thanksgiving, and it was lovely. But the only problem when you go to someone else's house for Thanksgiving dinner, you get no leftovers. No turkey carcass to make turkey soup from. I'm a big soup maker. I've got all my mom's recipes, from ham, ham split pea soup from a ham bone, and turkey, great carcass soups where you have the carcass of whatever and you make a soup out of it. I could buy a small turkey, I guess, and of course there's always that great smell of the turkey roasting. her son called her. He was cooking the turkey at his place, and he was following the directions on the packaging for the turkey. And he was supposed to be there at 5, and he called his mother. Actually, he texted me and said, text me back quickly. And he guess he was concerned because the turkey wasn't going anywhere, wasn't cooking. And he had set it at 325 because that was the directions on the packaging. And it had one of those pop-up thermometers. Hi, Kathy. You never trust those pop-up thermometers. They, yeah. And I said, crank it up to 400 degrees and it'll be fine. So we cranked it up to 400. And it came out really good. My ex-brother-in-law had an interesting way of cooking a turkey. I'm talking a big turkey, like 22, 23, big birds. He would put them breast side down, right? And stick them in a 500-degree oven and cook them for the first half hour in a 500-degree oven. And then turn them over and then cook it the rest of the way at a 400-degree oven. And he could cook a gigantic bird in about 2 hours. And it always came out good. All right, they're holding hands because they're boyfriend and girlfriend. We'll give them some flowers here. I should probably be using the glue stick on this construction paper, but oh well. Because this is really cheapo construction paper. I got it at Walmart when they had the school was starting. And I bought this gigantic pack of construction paper. And they didn't need it. Oops, there. So, how does that look? Oh, that looks kind of cute. You see where this is going. Hi, Pam. Hi, Renee. Good to see you. I hope you're well. But you can see how much fun this is and how fiddly it can be. And I don't mind fiddly. Honestly, I don't. I could, spend hours. And if you saw I did a video of my winter solstice, and I had a lot of fun fiddling with that too. Oh, I'm sure your oven goes up to 500. Maybe not beyond that. All righty. And then this is just going to be a blade of grass. Actually, this is something that I could go back and I could paint in, like with watercolor markers or whatever, or Poscas, right? There is some Poscas here. There's some Poscas there. There's a little bit of Posca, a little bit of watercolor, a little bit of everything in this thing. Acrylic, jelly plate prints, and I have a Terra. I am deathly afraid of, not deathly afraid, but adverse to using my jelly plate. Like some people are adverse to using sewing machines. I kind of feel that way. And I know you can't break a jelly plate. I know that. There's no breaking it, right? So now someone suggested, I think it was Ruth, someone suggested that I should do this in cloth. And I did try, and I did make a couple of pieces of clothing out of scraps. And I'm not sure how I'll show the pieces that I made. And I have to say, this is adorable. Look at the little pants I made. Aren't those cute?
on my little on my sewing machine. There's some pants. And here's a skirt I made, and here's the top for the skirt. And there's some pants, and there's a little dress. So I did try to make some out of material, but I'm not sure. I can't make, I don't think it would be really hard to make a cloth, kitty. It would be a little tiny doll. I don't think I'm up for that. But it was fun though, doing the scraps. And again, just cutting out the simple design of the let me put her here like so, maybe at a tilt. So she's kind of looking maybe at him askance. Maybe he has said something to her that she didn't like. And let's do some more flowers here. And I painted some papers so for some other flowers. Put these down here like so. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Not quite in focus. I don't know why. Yeah. And there's that flicker. The internet, computers, they're great when they work. How does that go? Well, that way, I don't know. Well, thank you. Well, you can see there's nothing real complicated here. The whole process is pretty simple. I mean, cutting the clothing out, there's nothing real complicated. The hardest thing was drawing the cats, for me at least. Okay, and okay, it stuck to me. And nothing, no interesting. Oh, I know. Well, we had a night of cool weather for Florida. I have to preface that because it's not cool. So that was Thanksgiving, and I spent the night at my friend's place up in Cape Canaveral, which is about 25 miles north of where I live. And I got up in the morning and drove home, and I had the tire pressure warning lit up on the dash of my car. And apparently, all new cars have that warning system. And it showed that my front left tire was low, but it was the same PSI as the other three tires. And they were all at 31 and 32 PSI. And they're supposed to be 36. But when it's cold out, the air pressure in your tires goes down. And that's where they've stayed. And I figured that when it warmed up, they would get better, they would get inflated again. But that's not happened. They're all at 32. And then I went online to see whether you could override that warning, because it's a big thing, about yay big, in the middle of the and the speedometer. You have the speedometer right in the middle of it. It has the diagram of all four tires with the PSI, pounds per square inch, I guess, the pressure per square inch. I think that's what that is. And it shows that all four tires are like at 32. So I don't know. That means I'm probably going to have to take it to the dealership but I went online to see whether you could get in there, and you can disconnect it, you can override it, but it's very complicated. It literally would involve me taking off the battery, disconnecting the battery and the positive first, and then the negative terminal, and then doing something, a couple of other, magic things, and then reconnecting it in the reverse order. And I figured, no, in the olden days, that would be something that I would attempt. But in the olden days, not in the current days, so I probably have to take it to the dealership, and you're going to have to. But I did buy a portable, cordless air compressor that will. So I'll fill them up to 36 to see what happens. I mean, they're not going flat, that's the most important thing. I don't have flat tires out there. They're all the same PSI. Find a sheet and put 4 pounds of potholes will drive air also. Hi, Rosemary. Well, thanks for popping in for a minute or two. I apologize. I missed you Wednesday. I don't know why I didn't think you were on. Jeez. I just forgot that you were on. I figured that's what you meant, drive the air out. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Yeah. I've had trouble with this car before. The car was brand new, and I'd picked up a nail. When I say brand new, it had 200 miles on it. And I ended up having to get a new tire, even though the guy tried to plug it. When I took it back to the dealership, they said, oh, no, plugging is not a good thing. Or if I figured, of course, they wouldn't think plugging was a good thing. And they got me for a new tire. Oh, you made up excuses for me? I'm sure one of them had to be drinking too much Tito's. I'll have to go back. No, I totally forgot. Honestly, I just totally forgot. There wasn't even football on. I mean, I could usually blame football. Speaking of football, I haven't even checked to see what the scores are today. Well, I thought it's no, I forgot. I can't. I'm getting old. I literally forgot. No excuse. I forgot. Okay, now I made some daisies. And I was going to make some new ones, but I'm going to use these because these were kind of not easy to make. Well, so I just cut these. I just cut the whole daisy thing out. And then here's the yellow part of the daisies. All right, so let's put some daisies down here. Actually, why don't we put some daisies up here? No, can't really see the daisies. Maybe put the daisy over here in the middle of the tulips. Tiptoe through the tulips. Let's see, how does that look? Is that too crowded maybe over here? I don't really care if it's too crowded. They're just going to get... I'll stick one down here. I'll just stick them there. What the heck? What the hey? I can do some... Oh, you put up your tree. Good for you. Good for you. I usually don't do that. Yes, please. Oh, was that... Oh, that was a great movie. Doris Day Is it David Niven? Isn't that Please Don't Eat the Daisies? That was a fun movie. Well, we all got into old movies when Deb Farrell is making a really neat movie journal for her niece for Christmas, but a journal that she can actually journal in. And we started. We went down memory lane the other afternoon during the chat room, and the Thin Man. Oh, that's right. Yeah, with William Powell and Myrna Loy. I think we were talking about the Thin Man series, and Charlie Chan. Oh my God. And they were drinking and smoking, and you couldn't see from one end of the room to the other for the smoke. And not only were they drinking and smoking, but they were solving mysteries. And you can't forget Aster, the dog. There. Now I'll glue this on the back. Speaking of dogs, after the Thanksgiving Day parade is the American Kennel Club's dog show, which we watched. I love that. And it was a breed that I'd never heard of that won. It was a cute thing. It was a little dog that won best in show. But those dogs. They had one of those dogs that looks like it's a mop. It's got really corded like white fur. And you couldn't even see its eyes. Rose no, it's me. I'm jumping, not you. It's all my fault. And I'm afraid to touch because I'm afraid I disconnect myself. But I'm pretty sure it's me that's flickering. And I'm not sure what's causing the flickering. So I apologize. And honestly, I don't know what to do with, I have software for the camera. I'm afraid to touch it because I'm afraid I'll lose everything. But it is, I'm sorry. So what do you think? Let me stick this over here and then this kitty looks like they're kind of like, she's got her eyes closed and she's just smelling the flowers, right? Let me stick this down and then I'll do let's see. Yes. That's the one. It's an Italian dog. And it literally looks like a bunch of mops. Big dog. Oh, and then there was that other dog. You think, that's what it is. Okay. So it's not my connection. It's just all the stuff that's going on the page, you think is causing the thing to go bonkers. I know. I love the clothes too. They were so fun to make. I want to make some more because I have a whole bunch of papers left over. Okay, I'm going to I glued that down again. I did that. That's the second time I did that. Damn it. Excuse my French. I lift it up. Let me put this. I painted some green. Now let's see. I guess I'll use the green construction paper. And I'll just cut out. Hi, Devin. I'll just kind of organically cut out some tree stuff here. Let's put that up like that. Let's see. That looks okay. I'll cut it off. Maybe like so. Have a little canopy here. Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, let me glue that down. Yep. I'm going to stick this back over here. Someone suggested, I think it was someone in Thursday's chat, right? I can't remember. Maybe it was Barbara, Becky, somebody said I should scan it. I mean, I should have scanned all the little kitties. I should have scanned them, and then I could have printed them out. I could have printed them out with on sticker paper. And then I had little sticker thingies. See, now someone can go under the tree here, right? How about that? It's getting busy. Thanks for stopping by, Rose. Mary, I appreciate it. And I don't know why I forgot that you guys were on. Okay. Susan usually sends me a message. Are you all right? Ah, the boys got outside and played some football. All right. That's cool. That's your nephews, right? I'm assuming. Yeah, we used to do that. We don't go out and throw the football around. I think I'll stick them right here. She can sit under the tree. Yep. We need some more flowers. All right. I was going to make some. I got to look at the picture, though. I got to check the one nephew and 3 greats. Okay. I want to make. I was going to make these. These are, I was going to make the bluebells. Oh, is that what you're telling yourself, Beck? You're going to finish those before you do the next? Well, that's good. All right. So I'm going to try to do these. You have 2 small quilts and 1 big one. Yeah, you got when you see Beck's new layout, her new arrangement. She looks absolutely radiant. Excuse me. Okay. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to cut these little things out, and I have purple paper that I painted. So this is what I'm going to do. I got that. Can I use that? Yeah. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw it on this side and then flip it over. That's the plan. If I can find my pencil. Oh, that's okay. I got lots of pencils. All right. All right, let's try this. And I don't want them too big. And I'm going to stick that kind of here. Or maybe here. All right. So I got a little down like so, and up like so, and like so, and like so, and then up. And we'll do another one down like so. Oh, I'm talking to myself again. And Scott's going to make fun of me, isn't he? And so, and so, and so. That little. All right, I think I'm only going to do 3 because this is real fiddly. And this is real. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of go up. Let's see. Come down like so. All right, let's see how that looks. He is watching something in his new space. Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of cool that you kind of rearrange things, and it looks like you decided to use space that is not being utilized. Which is a good thing. In my parents, in the houses that they had a living room that nobody ever went in. Nobody ever went into the living room. And that was just this big room with big ugly furniture in it, and no one ever went in it. Except my ex-husband. When we'd go out to visit my parents, he would go in there and read. So I'm just kind of cutting this out, as you can see. I don't know why I have to tell you that I'm cutting it out, but cut it out. I always want to say cut it out when I'm cutting. So I don't really have anything exciting other than my tire saga, which I'm going to have to call the dealership. I need an oil change, not because I have the mileage, but because I don't go anywhere. Yes. Yep. Yeah, no one ever went into the living room. Nobody. Except my ex. I'm not sure. Maybe over here. You can't really. Well, maybe you'll see the purple. Well, we'll stick it there. What the heck? Well, maybe we'll put it down here. How's that? I don't care. There, we'll stick that there. And we'll cut out the little purple flowers and see what they look like. Yeah, lots of what it was like. It was like a museum. That was a big house. Big house. Big old house. It was a mother-daughter house, which had nothing to do with the living room because my grandparents lived upstairs. And they had their own apartment upstairs. And my grandfather lived downstairs. So I grew up in an extended family. I mean, I had both sets of grandparents. Whoops. My poor brother. I mean, I was out of the house, but he had like 5 adults kind of telling him, adulting on him. Look, can you see it? Oh, it's so cute. Look, is that adorable? Let me get my hands out of the way. And I'll put some lines on it. God, there's such a. You can kind of see it. I'm afraid to. Oh dear, so afraid to touch anything. Stop. Anyway, I can, do a little. Maybe I'll do a little pen work. Put some lines in the pen work. All right, let me just cut out another one. I was back to talking about my car. I bought the car in 2021, right? So I've had it for 2 years. And I have less than 5,000 miles on it. I just don't go anywhere. But they say you should, have the oil changed every so many, I think it's 5,000 miles now, or every, 3 months or whatever. They would, wouldn't they? Oh, they would be adorable on greeting cards. Yeah. They really would be adorable. They would be cute on a greeting card, that's for sure. Well, maybe that's what I'll do, because I'm obviously not going to finish this tonight. I mean, maybe I'll scan them and take some pictures of them and then maybe fashion them on a greeting card. Or this is what I'll do. No, I went online to see how to override it. And they basically said that a dealership has to do it. It's very complicated. I don't know if you're in here, but yeah, I would have to disconnect the battery and then do something else and then reconnect the battery in the opposite way that I had disconnected it. I mean, it was very complicated. So I'll take it in for. Well, I'm gonna put air in the tires. I bought a portable air compressor, so that's supposed to arrive tomorrow. So I will pump those tires up to 36 and see whether that doesn't cause it to fix itself. Okay, so I got this, and let's see. Yeah, let's do this. All right, that's not going to be easy to glue down. All right, I'm going to just yeah, that's the thing apparently. I didn't even realize that, but they said that this low tire warning thing is on all new cars apparently. It's like a I'll try. I'm going to put the air in. I'm going to pump it up. This cordless air compressor that I got had great reviews on Amazon, and it was on sale. It was a Cyber Monday deal, so I saved some money. And all of the reviews I read were wonderful. They said it's easy to use, and you can recharge it. And so let's see what happens. I mean, things like that, in the olden days, when I say the olden days, like 10 years ago, wouldn't even faze me to do all of this. Wouldn't even faze me. But things change. Getting old is not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. It's a bitch. I don't know, can you see those? They're kind of like faded. But I'm going to draw some lines, to indicate like they're a little crooked, but that's okay. It's on now. What's on now? What did I miss? Barbara said it's on. My low tire warning comes on and stays on until I get around to taking it way across town where they check for free and reset it. Well, that's nice. And yours is on now. Okay. I mean, these tires, this is a new car. These tires have less than 5,000. I think I have literally 4,780 miles on these tires. And then, I would be concerned if it was just one tire, but all four of the tires are the same. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw around them with the fine line pen. Exactly. That's what I'm going to do. Exactly. And I'll do that when I draw their whiskers back in. Yep. Let's see. I was going to try to do this flower here. I don't know what it is. A forget-me-not. Oh, pansies. I love pansies. Well, sometimes the senior discounts is 50, 55. Here in Florida, it's 55 is a senior discount. Oh, the light comes on only if one is slightly low. Do you get just the light comes on with the little kind of emblem for tire, or do you get a whole thing that shows you which tire is low? Oh, 50. Okay. So there, see? It's probably 50 or 55 where you are. I bet you. I have some blue that I painted. It's kind of, this is what I did to get some of those colors was, and this is the Art Nouveau Gamby watercolor set that I'm using. I just love that palette. Oh, okay. Now they tell you more than you really want to know. Let's face it, the more stuff that's on a car is the more things that can get broken or go wrong with it, right? Well, when I bought this car, after I bought the car, I thought to myself, why didn't you buy an electric car? I would have been the perfect person for an electric car. I don't go anywhere. I would just keep the thing plugged in the garage. And then when I decided that I would look at electric cars, you couldn't buy any because there was just everyone was thinking the same thing. The gas prices are starting to come down here in Florida. They were actually below $3 this week, which shocked me. I think that's probably too big, but you know what? I'm just going to cut these out. I'm just going to glue them down. I mean, I'm assuming a forget-me-not has a stem, but I don't have to have a stem. I think the easiest thing is to draw a circle, right? And then kind of do one of these things. This is when my dyslexia comes in. Everything I can't. Let's try it. Let me just do this. All right. I'm just going to like so. And like so. Come around like so. Oh, here I go again, talking to myself. And like so. And like so. Somebody was talking about how they talk. And they were saying, well, I talk when no one's here. And I do this when no one's here also. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. The cruise is not until June 7th of 2024. And, well, that's just going to be my kind of flower. And it's funny you should bring that up. Royal Caribbean had all sorts of Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. And I saved an enormous amount of money by buying a lot of those things that they don't provide anymore. And you are right, Nettie. Everything is a la carte. Well, I'm just going to stick that down and we'll pretend that's a flower and I'll put something in the middle. But I saved an enormous amount. I saved a lot of money. I bought the beverage package for all four of us and everything was 50% off. So I bought the complete non-alcoholic. I didn't get the alcoholic. I'll buy a drink because what they want for the alcoholic package is ridiculous. I want it, and we're allowed to bring I think a bottle of wine per adult. So I'll bring 2 bottles of wine on board, even though I'm not much of a wine drinker, but I will become a wine drinker. And so I got 50% off. I got the beverage package. I got Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi, oh my God, I only got Wi-Fi for two Wi-Is. Yes, I did save enough. Yes, for you to come along. Absolutely. I got two Wi-Fis, just two Wi-Fi connections for 2 devices. Right. And this is 50% off. You ready? I don't even know what I want to tell you. It's $220 for the Wi-Fi for 3 days. And I got when we go to their island, they have their private island in the Bermuda, I guess. I got snorkeling packages for the boys and their father to go snorkeling, and I got the all-day pass at the water slide. Like the water slide park on their resort. I got that package. I got the snorkeling. But it was, again, it was expensive, but I saved 50%. So I'm happy about that. But, the last time I went on a cruise, everything was inclusive. So you didn't pay extra for any of this stuff. And I remember when you told me that you had to, you had to pay for the water. And I'm thinking, no. Now on my cruise, you can bring a 12-pack of water also. So we'll bring a 12-pack of water. I mean, since we're driving, since we're going out of Port Canaveral, which is just up the road here. It's not like we're flying, you know what I mean? And we wouldn't want to. So we'll bring the water. Well, the only reason I got the Wi-Fi because I'm really hoping to stream on my YouTube channel live, because we are, on the ocean. We've got adjoining rooms with a balcony on the ocean, and I thought it would be fun to stream. And I know the kids are going to want to play. Oh, the other thing that I tell you, I also got, you can't bring water. Okay. I also got $50 for each kid for the arcade. So I never even thought that there would be, 50, like they would have a Black Friday and a Cyber Monday sale. But it came up in my email, so I took advantage of it. Oh, that looks much better. I mean, I'm talking about, you can't see what I'm doing. I apologize. This is so fiddly. But I'll put a little thing in the middle. And we'll have some cockeyed flowers here. What the heck, right? And you got to do 3. You're not allowed to have 2. Just ask Barbara. Oh, okay. You're on your last cruise, and Wi-Fi wasn't even good enough to watch a stream, but we didn't upgrade. Yeah, we're going on June 7th through June 10th, 2024. And we're hoping it's not going to be that crowded because the northern schools will still be in session. And so we're hoping that it won't be, crazy expensive. But this is once in a lifetime, believe me, for the kiddos. This, what you do. This is what you do for the kiddos. And I suggested it. It was my idea. Because we've done Disney numerous times. And I suggested, how about a cruise? And we didn't do Disney cruise because the Disney cruise would have been $2,000 more than this cruise. So we skipped the Disney cruise. And this is a Royal Caribbean. It's one of those monster ships, one of those things. I mean, you're not really cruising, you're a floating city. It's but the kids are excited. They've got rock. They have a rock climbing wall on this particular cruise ship. They have ice skating, and my grandson plays hockey, and he's all excited, and he wants to bring his own skates. And his father said, "No, we are not flying, and you're not bringing your skates. You'll have to use the skates that are provided." And from what I can tell, those things, they're not charging you for those things. So, but you start watching, you start looking at the reviews, and I had to laugh. There was a couple, what we would affectionately known as dinks, dual income, no kids, that went on the Allure of the Seas cruise, and complained about the kids. There was too many kids on it, and it's not an adult only. And we're doing duck hunting. Yes, we got to get. I haven't even told the kids about duck hunting, and Nettie's the one that tuned me into that. You can buy rubber duckies, and you can fill out this little tag, and you can say where you're from, and you can hide the duck anywhere on the ship, and then people go hunting for the ducks. And the crew knows not to. Initially, when people started doing this duck thing, the crew would pick them up, and now they leave the ducks in place for the passengers to find. And so Nettie's already sent me a neat website where you can get a whole bunch of duckies. So we're going to do the duck thing, which will be fun. There. And we just not interested in being on one of those. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, I know. And there's celebrity cruise. There's several cruise ships that are adult only. So I watched their whole YouTube video, and they said, well, we don't want to be negative, and we're going to talk about 11 things, and we'll leave on a high note. So they basically trashed the whole cruise, right? Except for one or two things at the very end. I'm thinking, you're not going to please everybody, and I understand that there's going to be. I hope they find some too. Yeah, and they're the youngest grandson is actually going to have his birthday on the cruise. So, and the guy that booked us said that he noted in the booking notes that it was Callum's birthday. So I don't know. Hopefully, they'll do something, and I will make sure that people know that it's his birthday, and maybe they'll, I don't know, sing him happy birthday or something. And that's true. Oh, that's funny. That's what they also complained about, because on this cruise, okay, you've cruised on Princess 3 times with very few kids. Okay, that's interesting. They have different areas. They've got an area like for little kids, and then there's an area for like 13 to 15, and then there's like 16 in adults. And they were complaining because the grouping was 16 to adults, and they felt that obviously the 16-year-olds had taken over that area. So they just were not. They were not happy people. They were miserable. They complained about, well, the kids, which I guess that's not as bad as complaining about kids on a Disney cruise. But I went online to find out which cruise were good for kids, and that came up. I went on a cruise, oh my God, 40 some years ago, and it was on a Norwegian cruise line. And honestly, I don't remember any kids. I'm sure there were, but I wasn't aware of it. So, all right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I know this is really fiddly, and uh, I'm looking forward to the duck thing. I think that's going to be really fun. Actually, when I was driving to Mo and Sean's for Thanksgiving, uh, the Allure of the Seas was at Cape Canaveral. It was at the pier in Cape Canaveral. All right, I'm just going to glue that down. But those ships are massive. I think, I don't know, was it 3,000? More than 3,000. And that's not really. I would love to do one of those river cruises, like up the Rhine, something like that. I think that would be really cool. But with my knees so bad, and not being able to really walk in bumpy terrain, I mean, it's not to say that I couldn't be in a wheelchair, but well, the Disney cruises are great, Candy, but they are so expensive. That what we're doing, the 3-day cruise that we're doing on the Royal Caribbean, that's got tons of stuff for kids to do, it would be literally $2,000 more. Okay, enjoy your Christmas movie. 'Tis the season. Must be Hallmark, right? Yeah, it was $2,000 more for basically the same thing, and I figured, nah. And I know it would be fantastic because believe me, yes, cobblestone streets. That's what I remember. I mean, I went to Edinburgh, Scotland, many years ago, and there's no way I would have been able to manage the cobblestone streets now in my current decrepit condition. There's no way I could manage that. And yeah. All right, let me glue these down. I mean, I went all out on this one. Well, obviously, didn't have to be, oceanside connecting rooms. We didn't have to do that. We could have done it. That was for me, really. I figured they could go off and run around and do their thing, and I could just sit oceanside reading a book or arting, streaming, having a glass of wine while they're running around. Now we're on the 14th deck. 14th, my God. And that's the deck where all of the arcades are and everything. And so I'm hoping it's not going to be too noisy. I don't know if you can see those. I'll do a close-up here in a second. I'm going to get out a little yellow pen, a little yellow. It needs a little yellow in the middle there. Okay, let me do a little yellow. A little dab of yellow will do ya. Even if yeah, you're sweet. I don't want to be wheeled around. I don't want to be wheeled around. No. Okay. And let me mark those, and then I think let's do something like this. And I outline that. And my crooked little flowers. I'm kind of happy that all of this is kind of crooked and a mess, because I think it's kind of gives it character. It's very cartoony. What do you think? Yeah, that's all right. I don't know if I like that or not, but I'll do it. And then what I'll do is I'll do this, right? That doesn't even look like a leaf, does it? But that's okay. I like it. You can see where this can go on forever and ever. I don't see any finishing this. Just keep on adding. There's a whole bunch of flowers in this book that you can mess with. There. And then let's put their whiskers on. And then I think I'm going to say good night, even though it's early. And let me close up this. I got to put some. I can do the leaves. And then I'll say good night. Let me put their whiskers on. All right. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's much better. I like him the best. I like his plaid pants. I like him the best. Okay. Let me do some leaves real quick, and then I'll say adieu. And we'll do, what do you think? Blue leaves? It doesn't have to match. Oh, how about some light leaves? We'll do some light leaves. All right. I just had the scissors, right? I just had them. There they are over here. Okay. Oh, I know. Well, that's all her. I mean, that's Terry. These are her personalities. And all of the facial expressions. That's what I love. I love the facial expressions. And I'll read to you what they are, because she has them all labeled in the book. So let me finish this and I'll read to you what they are. Yeah, let me just do this real quick. Bye, Nettie. Yeah, exactly. Ligella? I think I got that right. Ligella. And that's actually these flowers are actually out of that book, and it's in the layout is for it's for a dog park, and it's got a person with a bunch of dogs, and of course this is a bunch of cats in a cat park. I guess there's no such thing as a cat park. No. Oh, come on, Ian. Please. All right. Let me just tell you. Let me just read to you what they are titled, because they all have a long book. What do I do with it? Okay. They all have a caption underneath them. Okay. So these two guys here are kindness, because he's got his hand on this guy's shoulder. So these two are these two, and they're called kindness. And she over here, can you see her? Whoops. Her, she's annoyed. She's annoyed. And oh, I forgot this guy's hat. No, it's not. Oh, I do. No, it's not him. That's not him. Because I changed what they look like, so they're not. Well, these two guys are in love, so they're love. They're love. These two guys are in love. They're love. Let's see. I don't know who he is, because I changed them around. I don't know where he is. Anyway, and her. Let's see what she is. I changed her around. Her eyes are. Oh, she's mellow. The one hanging under the tree. She's mellow. And this one is staring. She's got that stare look in her eyes, so she's staring. Let's see. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's a great. That would be wonderful Christmas presents. Yeah, I'd love to do that, except my daughter-in-law is now a potter. Well, she's pottering. And she is tasteful. And there she is. So you can see she has names for all of them. Sweet, hello, taxi. Oh, this one has got her arm up. She's calling for a taxi. So she's calling for a taxi. And maybe in another panel, I'll have a car. Actually, I have a bicycle stencil. So maybe in the next panel, I might add a car or something like that. So, okay. I had it. I'm going to continue working on it. And next week, yes, I know. Yep. And I'm going to continue working on it. Thank you, Ampex. Thank you for being here. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And I'm going to continue playing. So next Sunday, I will probably give you a finished scan of what I've added. I have a whole bunch more cats. They're probably not all going to fit in here. But I can always make this longer. Yeah, thumbs up would be great. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, which I'm assuming you all have, then go ahead and do that. That would be awesome too. And have a great week. And remember, if you can't be good, be careful. So thank you so much. Bye.